Curtis Lewis, 12/23/32,
December.
23rd, 1932.
So you born very close to Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas boy. Where were you born?
Wilson, Arkansas.
Wilson? And tell me about your family when you were born and growing up.
Oh, well, it was normal, poor family, working people. My dad was a carpenter. He later moved to Detroit, Michigan in the early 40s, and that's where I grew up. And I went to high school there. I graduated from Hamtramck High School.
Hampton?
Hamtramck.
Could you spell it?
Hamtramck.
A-M-C-K.
Uh-huh.
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck High School.
In Michigan.
And what year was it?
I graduated from high school in 1952. I went into the Air Force also in 1952. So I went to Lackland Air Base in
San Antonio.
okay.
And where did you get
Training,
yeah?
Lackland Air Force Base in Texas.
What kind of
San Antonio, Texas.
what kind of training was it?
Oh, that was qualifying you for whatever you feel you wanted to go into. So in the Air Force, I went to tech school, not tech school, but screening. And my highest scores was in tech specialty. So when I got through with training, I was moved to Travis Air Base in Fairfield, California.
So you were in high school when the Korean War broke out, right?
Yes.
How did you know about that?
Not really, just vaguely.
Did you know anything about Korea at the time that you heard?
Oh, the base I was on, which was Travis Air Base, that was military air transportation and strategic air command. So if you went to Korea from California, you left from Travis Base. And you also came back to Travis if you came back by air. So I got to meet a lot of guys in Army, the Air Force, Marines, and that went over by air from Travis. I got to see some of them going and coming. So I saw guys I went to high school with go over. Some returned, some didn't.
What did you hear from them? Did they talk anything about Korean War?
And not by personal experience. The only thing I know about the Korean War is just really hearsay.
So you never been to Korea, right?
Never did.
Never did. But you are a Korean War veteran.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I thought it was a mishap, you know. I really didn't, a lot of guys getting killed, and I didn't see the reason why. I know that a lot of the Army guys that went over said they was undergunned, they didn't have adequate guns to compete with the North Korean guns. And a lot of guys got killed running because they didn't have guns would melt the barrels and it was, wouldn't fire. And then a lot of the forces got overran by the North Koreans because it seemed like they were high or something. It was overrun whole regiments. This is what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of chaotic, you know. So I was just paying my chores by going to defend the country, you know, what the sworn to do. So that's what I did. So I got stationed at Travis. My job was taking care of military personnel, basically maintenance work. I was a carpenter by trade. I went in as a PSC or airman first class. When I got discharged in '56, I was staff sergeant, section head. And
How much was your salary at the time?
my salary at that time, it was probably about $200 a month.
As a step sergeant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it enough to live?
Oh yeah, it was enough to live.
I mean, they
You
gave
mean,
you the uniform.
Oh yeah, well see, your meals and that, all this was, your meals and all that was free. You didn't have to pay for that.
Right.
So actually this was cash money to spend or socialize or whatever.
Were you scared that if you were going to...
Not really. You know, I was trained to fight, you know. So we had a pep training, and you also had physical exercises in case you were shipped to the combat zone to how to fight, you know, and that. So being a staff sergeant was the supervisor level, you know, so I went through the trainings from private all the way up to supervisor.
Were there any discrimination against the African American in the base?
Oh yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it was kind of, especially for blacks, you know. And I talked to several guys, other branches of the service, particularly the Navy was very prejudiced. Most blacks, they would either put into motor pool, food service, supply, and the trades, which I was in. You know, so I came up from trades all the way from.
But why is it bad to serve in the supply or motor pool?
Well, very few went to school.
Right, but it's safer rather than in the front line, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So when were you discharged?
I was discharged October 13th, 1956.
And what did you do?
Went back to Detroit. My father was a general contractor, so I worked in his operation as a journeyman carpenter.
So you must be a good carpenter.
I had know all phases of it, from laying out to from rough and finish. And my whole family, 3 uncles and 3 brothers, several cousins in the same outfit. It was the Lewis Brothers Construction Company.
Oh, that's the name?
Yes.
Lewis Brothers Construction. So you have a good time. So how does this veterans home treat you?
Oh, they treat you swell. No complaints about that. They take 55% of your check, which is a bit much, but the services there, everything you need, medical, you know, stuff like that. They change your bedding once a week. They clean your room every day. You have three meals a day, which is a bit much. Very little or no people eat 3 times a day. And other than that, I'd give it a high rating. You know, it's a clean building. They have different places to go of historical sites and to the ball games, to the plays, if you like I said, musical things, and quite a bit. You know, they take good care of the elderlier ones, the ones in wheelchairs, and also the ones that can get about on their own.
Are you proud to be Korean War veteran?
Pardon me?
Are you proud of yourself to be Korean War veteran?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah.
Any other message that you want to leave to this interview?
No, it was a great experience. If you didn't go to college, you know, you do have training, and when you get into service and they try to put you in your most qualified field, if possible, you pretty much, you have 3 selections, they try to give you at least one of them, you know. So I was able to get into trade, which works out perfect for me, you know.
Excellent.
Glad to be of service what I could to you, to let you know my experience, what I went through, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.